Welcome back for another top-notch video. This week, guys, we'll be talking about the week of 15 through 19 June. As always, our channel is about TSP, Roth IRA, brokerage accounts, retirement accounts. We look at the markets and we look at certain funds. For the TSP folks, we look at the CSI and F funds, which translates to, for the Roth IRA and brokerage people, ETFs, IVV, VXF, EFA, and AGG. With these funds, the C fund or the IVV fund equals the S&P 500, S fund or VXF equals small caps, I fund, EFA equals international markets, and the F fund or AGG equals bonds. That being said, we kind of do a general overview of our funds, then go into some technical analysis. As always, if you guys like this content, please like, subscribe, or share. We'll move right into it. For this week, guys, as you can see for the funds, we were up for the week. We ended up being up for the CS and for our stock funds, just 1.5% to over 2% for our stock funds, while the bonds was right around 0.20 for our funds. Pretty good week overall. If you guys remember last week, we jumped about 50% out of stock funds just because we didn't know based on the technical picture of what was going to happen. Ended up being up an up week for this week. Have to see what happens for this week moving forward. If you guys like to see kind of those indicators on a spreadsheet, here it is for you. As you can see, we had a big jump in the beginning of the week where our highs were kind of on 16 June, and then we kind of tapered off as the week continued on for the rest of the week. As far as our overall technical analysis, this is TSP Talk. A guy named Tom does some commentary here. Please check them out. They do some great work there. These are some of the charts he posted. As you can see with the S&P 500, we are starting to see that 50-day moving average creep above the 200-day moving average. That is a very positive, bullish sign for stocks. We are a lot in these kind of moving averages and trend lines being drawn, but we do have an open gap here we're hoping to fill by next week. If we can fill this open gap, get above our trend line here, we could see positive things moving forward for the S&P 500 or the C Fund IVV. Moving on to VXF or the S Fund, small caps. As you can see here, the 50-day moving average has not moved through the 200-day moving average just quite yet. Seeing a little flag here, but we are within our trend line. Waiting to see where this can go. Could see this test this line here moving forward, but we'll have to wait and see where that goes. As far as EFA goes, or the I fund, we did hit the 200-day simple moving average. They put that in here. Tom put that in here. We are above the 200-day, the other moving average here. Basically, waiting to see where this will go from here. I think it's going to bounce around a little bit more here. Like to see it break to the top side moving forward. And then finally in bonds or AGG, as you guys know where we're at, bonds have done very well recently, just with all the volatility we have going in our stock charts. Haven't really seen this drop off or continue up. It's just kind of been our mediocre fund. It's been one of our best performing funds throughout the entire year. We are up almost 6% in bonds this year for the F fund. So that's that moving forward. A little more technical analysis here. This is done by the Grow My TSP. He throws up some good charts. These are the CSI funds 6-month daily charts. As you can see, a lot of consolidation going on here with our moving averages. As far as our RSI and MACD, we see the trend lines going lower. We'll have some issues if we saw RSI drop below this middle line here, but we can come back and test that for sure. As far as MACD goes, the lines are trending lower. We'll show a little bit more of that in our technical analysis. As far as the S fund, the 6-month daily, as you can see, big trend lines here moving forward. We could come back down here and basically test this, but we are within the channel, so we are doing very well there, while our indicators are trending just a tad bit lower. Moving forward for the EFA or the I fund, no trend lines really, seeing some resistance at the 10-day moving average. That was some real issues when we had this moving average back in March, so just keep that in mind moving forward. And our RSI and MACD are also trending lower. Moving on to a more technical analysis with our charts. For IVV, as you can see, we are above that 200-day moving average. Hoping to see that 50-day moving average cross that time. Once we see that, we could see a little more positive. We're watching this blue trend line here, hoping for it to stay above that, but we're tracking that it could possibly come back here and hit around this line for IVV or the C fund. Kind of backtrack a little bit, but overall being above the 200-day moving average for close to just almost a month now, that's very, very positive for us. Very bullish moving forward. For VXF, as you can see, we are also above that 200-day moving average. Moving lines are moving up, waiting to see that 50-day moving average cross that 200-day moving average. moving forward. But overall, this is a good positive picture going forward for EFA or the I fund. International markets have not hit that 200-day moving average, still below it. That is a concern, and because of that, we are not in EFA at this time. And then finally, AGG or bonds, way above the 200-day moving average, way above all the moving funds, just slowly ticking on as we see here. Been moving kind of steady in a trend line, not really up or down ever since April timeframe. Have to wait and see where that goes in the future. So for us on the Top Notch channel, as you can see, we have about 50% of our funds in the G fund, 25% in the C, and 25% in the S. Kind of wait to see where things are going to go from there moving forward. As far as what we have for this year, we are currently sitting about 1% in the negative for the year. It's not too bad, down 1% for the year. Doing very well, whereas general stock market is sitting, the S&P 500 is sitting 3% below the market. So we are doing very well above all our stock funds for the year, beating them out, doing well. If you guys have questions, please write those in the comments below. That's on the Top Notch video. We'll see you guys next time.